Hey guys, welcome to this week's Q&A. Skincare Live, come chat with me. Hope you're all well, and we'll just wait for the room to fill up a little bit before we get going. I don't even think this is straight. Hang on a minute. That better? I think that's a bit better. Guys, we'll just wait for the room to fill up and then we shall get going. So have your skincare questions ready and raring to go. How has everyone been this week? Let me just turn that up a little bit so I can actually, get my whole head in. Let's have a look. Well, this week has been a bit, well, we'll say a drama. I managed to, sorry for the delay in doing this. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I smashed my phone. So I do that like once a year, so it's not actually that big a drama. But I do these on my phone, and so I had to go get a new phone. This actually, as it turns out, is the old phone, because the new phone needs to be configured. Very dramatic. And I'm useless with technology, so we'll have to see. But I thought I'll still come on and we'll still have a chat. Now, let me just get settled so we can see it. Hello, Tom. Welcome, my love. How are you? Kenley, hello, thank you. I love you so much. Oh, thank you. I love you too. So thank you all for joining. Alicia, hello, my love. Oh God, slumped with college work. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. Jenny, hello, my love. I hope you've recovered and you're feeling bright and fresh again. Ibrahim, welcome. Hello, thanks for joining. Oh, it's getting busy already. We like that. We like that. Have your skincare questions ready. We'll get going in a couple of minutes when, give everyone a chance to join. If you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button. You know the drill by now. You know the drill. We're going back to doing these on Saturdays, just for the record. I'm sorry I had to move it this week, but we're back to Saturdays as normal. Let's have a look. Nana says hello from Norway. Norway, hello, my love. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. Quirky Beauty, hello. Chris, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining. Ibrahim says, do I use sunscreen every day? Before I answer that, just to let you know, there is a dog wandering at you. Sterling, this is my dog. He'll come in and out of the picture. He's he's in a very cuddly mood, so you may see quite a lot of him in today's live. Hello, Sterling. Yeah, just get if you can see, you might see an ear flap up. Do I use sunscreen every day? I do, except you're supposed to use it every day. Absolutely, I live by that. But if I'm in the house and I'm not like working next to a window or something like that, I'm a bit lazy and I don't use sunscreen then. But do as I say, which is to wear every day, not as I actually. They don't leave that awkward white cast. Since I've discovered Korean sunscreens, I do wear sunscreen more almost every single day now because they're actually quite pleasant to wear. Whereas before, if you remember like the ombre solaire stuff that you used to have to slather on and you knew you were wearing it, that wasn't very pleasant to wear during the day. So I now have found a good sunscreen that I really like, and I'm using the Purito unscented at the moment. I am much more likely to wear it during the day than I used to be before. But great question. The Beauty Bounce says, hello, my friend. How are you, my love? Thank you so much for joining. Jenny says, so glad I got a new phone. I did, but I'm actually on the old phone. The new phone is baffling, like honestly baffling. You have to, I mean, to normal people, it's easy. To me, I have to key stuff it. No. So I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. So this is from the shattered phone. So if all of a sudden the screen goes blank, it's because I'm working on the ratchet old phone that just doesn't work. Jenna says hello from Oregon. Hello, Jenna. I heard there's some the really bad fires are still going really bad in Oregon. So I hope you're staying safe and well and that it's not impacting you guys too much. So sending a lot of love to Oregon. Rachel, hello, my love. Jenny says hello, welcome, my love. A Yorkshire, bit of a Yorkshire flair bringing to the chat, so thank you very much for joining. Kat says, hi, I never used retinol. What should I use from The Ordinary, the most gentle to the skin? Well, with retinol, I make no bones about the fact that I don't really like The Ordinary retinols. I find that they don't sink in particularly well. I find they're quite difficult to work with. Really great concentrations, really great products. I just don't find they work that well. And so I wouldn't look for the retinol if from The Ordinary. If you want to include retinol, my honestly go-to holy grail favourite is the Inculist retinol. It's the same price as the Ordinary ones, but it's creamy, so it's a bit more hydrating and it sinks into the skin like that. I really oh, Sterling, come on. You see this tail caught there. We'll style that out. You're all right. Yes. You gonna come and say hi? No. So basically, I would go for the Inculist retinol, which is way gentler and nicer. And I just, I think I go for that over The Ordinary. If you did want to go for The Ordinary, I'll just show you. This is the neediness I'm putting up with right now. Yes. There you are. You got your tail caught, didn't you, you idiot? Yes. So yeah, that's my dog in case anyone's not met him before. So yeah, basically I go for the Inculist retinol. If you want Yeah, the Avène retinol cream is like super, super gentle and really, really easy to use. So I would recommend that if you can get your hands on it because it's not available in all countries. So, Chris, hello, how are you? I am wonderful, thank you. Had a bit of technology stress, but I'm back on it now and it's all good. Um, Tom having a lazy day. Oh, yeah, I'm quite envious. I love a lazy day. Chelsea Flack says, hey, I've missed your lives before. Glad to catch you. Yeah, I think sometimes, whilst I wish I didn't have to move it to Sunday because of all the drama with the phone, I actually think sometimes it's quite nice to do it on different days because different people can catch it that maybe couldn't do it on other days. So we are going back to Saturday, 6 p.m. Next week, but great to see you, Chelsea. I'm so glad you could join. Rebecca C says, hey from Florida. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? I hope it's lovely. It's sunny and gorgeous in Florida. Kenley says, is the Kate Somerville exfoliate any good? I like it. I like a lot of what her products do. The only thing I'd say is I think Kate Somerville products are quite expensive for what they are. They work, they're good, they're cruelty free. I think they're quite effective, but I think they're quite expensive for what they are. So I like the Exfoliate by Kate Somerville, but I think you can get cheaper products. What is exactly are you looking for in an exfoliator? So do you want an enzyme exfoliator? Do you want the Exfoliate, really good, gorgeous product, but I think you pay for the name with Kate Somerville, which I don't mind, but I think some people can be it can be a bit off-putting. Let's have a look. Jane S says, I keep calling you Jenna. I'm so sorry, my love. Recommendations on reducing the appearance of sebaceous filaments on the nose. Ooh, love, great question. So the best thing you can do for sebaceous filaments anywhere on the skin is oil pulling or oil cleansing. It depends where you come from as to what you call it. So what that is you get an oil-based cleanser and you go to town with it. You put it on the area and you massage it. But you don't just massage it for like 5 minutes. You massage it for like 20 minutes. And I mean, get yourself a good Netflix on. I'm watching at the moment. I'm loving it. Just as a side point, I am loving Ratchet from on Netflix, which is like a it's a Netflix original series that does about Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the book. It's kind of like Wicked of how she got to where she was. Anyway, really good. It's super camp. It's super unnecessary. It's beautifully shot. Absolutely love it. So get yourself a really good series and sit down for 20 minutes and massage your oil-based cleanser into the area for a good 20 minutes. It's like the grossest thing ever, but they're pulled out of the skin and you can feel them almost on the skin as they're boiling around. So I would recommend you do that as the best way to get rid of sebaceous filaments. I mean, things like BHA exfoliators do work, but I just think people don't do the full deep oil pulling cleanse often enough if you've got sebaceous filaments. Jenny, I loved your eye massage video this morning. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, my love. I like to do a mix of videos. It's really hard. This is a bit of a behind the scenes for you guys. I think it's really difficult to work out what videos to film in what order, especially now I'm doing this full time or I'm working up to doing it full time, because you know certain videos are going to do really well and certain ones aren't. So you got just generally the ones that obviously we've got subscribers that like to watch all the content and I love you guys so much, but you know some videos that are particularly on like skincare routines do really well. People really love those. Product reviews people really like, and often that introduces new people to the channel because people search and come in, and things like the massage, the facial massage this morning, I knew would be loved by people who really like the channel anyway, but the casual viewer or the people that are searching, there's so much competition on YouTube. It's not going to appeal to that and draw that sort of person in. And so I like to do a mixture of the things that I know everyone's going to love, that's a bit more niche, and you guys have been asking for that sort of video for a while. So I thought let's just jump on and film it, and hopefully, honestly, like I know I bang on about it a lot, but if you don't do a facial massage, you're missing out because actually it's free and it's so much more effective than all the other products you can possibly use. And so hopefully you guys will check that video out, have a go with the eye massage. I'll be doing it 10 p.m. UK time, so if you want to do it with me in spirit, 10 p.m. UK time, I'll be doing my eye massage. And I said 60 seconds because 60 seconds is, everyone's got 60 seconds to spare. But if you want to do it for a bit longer, never harms. So let me know, guys. I'd love to know on that video. Check it out. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out. But leave me a comment below if you try it and let me know what you think, because you will be blown away. Saying that, I decided to launch it on the day where I'm looking super tired because the animals had me up all night. I barely got any sleep. And so probably was the wrong time to launch it. But you know what? Actually, I've been doing it twice a day for the past 2 years and it made so much difference. Right, guys. Chris says, "Oh, we love Sterling. I love Sterling. He's so sweet. He is what I class as a bit of a neurotic dog. So that huge yelp, ear-shattering yelp, was because he got his tail caught between his own foot and the sofa. can't have hurt him. He didn't get a chance to socialise with people that much, so he was a bit timid around people and other dogs. Now, he's everyone's best friend, so he wants to mix with every dog going. We walk him on the beach and he charges around. He wants to be everyone's best friend. He's literally like, yeah, he's everyone's best friend now, which is really good because he's come out of his shell. So Sterling often makes appearances in these videos. Heather says, hi from Connecticut. Heather, thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad you could join us because I know you've been saying you've been trying to join these for some time, so I'm so glad you could make it. Jenny says, hello, Sterling. He's now asleep. He's now totally asleep. But, you know, he's doing his thing. Farah says, what are your tips for someone who is on Accutane? Really well. So if you're on Accutane, which is about as strong as you can get in terms of vitamin A amounts in the skin, works wonders, but it can, well, it dries the heck out of every piece of skin on your body. So I would recommend, if you're going to, if you're on Accutane, is that you speak to your dermatologist around, a good dermatologist should do this anyway, but you speak to your dermatologist around the sort of the aftercare and how you can get that hydration back in your life. So I would certainly recommend using a oil, so using the right oil. I did a whole video on choosing the right oil, so chia seed and rosehip oil were my two preferences. They will just help you get that hydration in your skin that you're going to be desperate for. And don't be afraid, this is a really good tip, your whole body will be dry. Like, I know I had a couple of friends that were on Accutane, and literally if your lips weren't peeling, your elbows were peeling, something was peeling. So take that, get a really good moisturizer, body moisturizer, and put some oil in. So put some facial oil into that moisturizer and use it all over your body because you need that extra hydration. Still exfoliate. So again, I'd go with what your dermatologist says in terms of which exfoliator to use, but definitely still exfoliate because you need to get rid of all that dead skin that's just going to accumulate. And I just say top tip is just accept it's going to be a bit of a rough month, 2 months, 3 months, but actually it's so worth it in the end. I think a lot of people fear going on it because of the side effects that you can get. Absolutely, they're not fun, but the good skin at the end of it, I think, is so worth it. And I'd speak to your dermatologist before you come off it. A lot of people just go cold turkey, so they come off Accutane and that's it, done. I would speak to your dermatologist about the best retinol to maybe go on after. So stop your Accutane and then do you go into Retin A, do you go in a cream format, gel format? Speak to your dermatologist about that because I think it's good to think about what's happening next rather than just concentrating on what's in the moment. But that was my top tip, definitely a facial oil. She was really struggling with dry skin on the body because she was on Accutane. If you sleep in cotton, it will hydrate. So the cotton will help the products to absorb more. The heat will just make it more hydrating. So get yourself some cotton pajamas, slather that body lotion on with the oil in, sleep in your cotton pajamas, and it will make such a difference to the dry skin on the body. The Beauty Bound, hello my love. What is the difference between an essence and a toner? How do you know which to layer first? Really good question. Well, tomorrow's video, guys, this is sneak peek, heads up. Tomorrow's video is on layering skincare. Top tips for layering and getting the most out of your skincare. So that'll be launched 10 a.m. UK time. Obviously, it's up all day, so just watch it whenever you want. People ask about questions around layering and how to put products in your skincare routine. I would recommend, if you were going to do a essence and toner, so you can use both. Generally speaking, they're blurred a little recently. Toners used to be astringent and used to constrict the pores, so work as something that would constrict the pores and minimize the appearance of the pores, then and balance the skin out. Essences were hydrating, they contained actives which delivered something to the skin. It's all a bit blurred now. The difference between an essence and a toner isn't actually that much, so I would say you can use both, but I would choose one. Just choose one that you like. I would go for an essence if I could choose. I would go for the SK2, gorgeous but quite expensive. Korean essences are gorgeous. I would use it as a way of getting hydration into your skin. You don't I would stay away from having too many actives in an essence, but you can get some hydration in there, some humectants, and there's some gorgeous ones. If you would like a video, guys, on essences, I'm happy to do one with my recommendations and what I think. Do you know what? I think this is, yeah, that's really annoying me. There you go, sorry. So let me know below if you want to see a video on essences and toners in general. Kenley says, I'm from Alabama. Hello, Kenley. Do you know what? I do think we have loads of people from the States, loads of people from Oregon. We get loads of people from like New England and the East Coast. We get a few from Florida. We don't get a lot of, from the other southern states. So welcome to anyone from Alabama. That's fantastic. I really, 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 when all this corona's over, do want to go and do like a tour of the southern states, because I did the West Coast, so we did San Francisco and up. I've been to New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, and I've done quite a few places in the Northeast, but I haven't ever done the South, and apparently the food is amazing. So I might be going over to Alabama. Nana says, may it be a weird question, but do you have to use a cotton pad for micellar water, or can you just use your hands? That's a really good question. So it depends what you're using it for. And then you use another gel cleanser to wash it all down the sink. If you're using it on its own and you're not using cleanser after it, then you do have to use a cotton pad to actually wipe everything off, because what it does is it breaks down what's on the skin. It doesn't wash it away, it doesn't remove it. So use it to break it down and then wash it away. So you need to wipe it away, or you need to wash it, use a second cleanser to wash it away. But that's actually not a weird question. That's a really good question. Kenley says, I need a good routine for scarring. Kenley, you have come to the right place. I did a video on products to improve scarring about 2 weeks ago. So if you check that out, if you go onto the channel and check it out, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Did really well, that video, because you guys have been asking for it for ages and ages and ages, and loads of people have been saying, you know, how do I deal with scarring? I've dealt with it all my life, acne scarring in my case. So that's a really good video. Check it out, and there's some great recommendations about products which honestly work in about a month, so you can see really, really good results. And I'm hoping someone will comment on that video to say, actually, I tried these out and it worked, or this is my top tips. But no one's yet, so hopefully they will. Chelsea says, what's your name? Sorry, my name is Rob. Hello. I always assume people know this. And I don't know why they would, because it's not in the title. So sorry about that. But Chelsea, welcome, my love. Welcome. Chris says, do you know if the Square Lane cleanser and the Purito unscented sunscreen is good for fungal acne? Congrats on 12K. Thank you, Chris. I mean, yeah, 12K. First off, baffling. If, like, I remember when I filmed a video saying, oh my God, I've got 500 subscribers. And that was like a phenomenally huge milestone for me, and I was like, wow, now we get like 1,000 subscribers a week on average, and I'm like, baffling. And it's all because of the support and the amazingness that you guys give to show to the channel, so thank you so much. And in terms of fungal acne, Square Lane cleanser, so you're absolutely fine with the Centella unscented, you'll be absolutely fine. In terms of Square Lane cleanser, it is in theory okay, because it's not strict oil, so it should be okay. I would just be careful, because it's not an exact science as to what's good and what's bad. I always say avoid oils, and whilst squalene in that cleanser isn't a direct oil in the truest sense, and it does wash off completely, so I think it will be absolutely fine. You might want to, if you've got really bad fungal acne, you might want to go for a strict oil-free cleanser, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people, I had it, and squalene cleanser was absolutely fine. It did nothing to trigger it. It cleans, it washes down the sink, and it's really good. It also removes some of the oil from the skin, so I personally think the Square Lane cleanser is absolutely fine. Cleansers as well, I don't think it's as crucial to get the right cleanser as it is some other products that you're going to leave on, but I think you'd be fine with a Square Lane cleanser. But I would maybe test it and just, you know, use it a couple of days and work out what it's doing for your skin. Ahmed said, I love you so much from Malaysia. Ahmed, thank you. And Malaysia, so you must be like 5 hours ahead, so this must be coming close to bedtime. So thank you for joining us at the end of your day over in Malaysia, sending lots of love to Malaysia. Chelsea says, I have oily skin, and generally it's okay, but it gets very dull when I'm stressed or having days that are hectic. Chelsea, tell me about it. This is one of these misconceptions. You know, people always think dull skin is just because you've got dry skin. Oily people cannot have dull skin. I hate to break it to you. We have it all. Like us oily people, we have like the worst. We can be dry oily, we can be dull and oily. It's a nightmare. I find exactly the same thing, Chelsea. When you get a little bit stressed, it can feel dull, and that's because the oil levels will increase as stress increases generally, and so you can end up with the skin looking, it's weird, but the oil makes the skin look more matte than, I don't know the science behind why it works, but the oilier your skin is, the duller it can look. You'd think it looks shiny and gorgeous. Also, we subconsciously remove the oil and cleanse, or more of a cleanse, and as a result you end up stripping the skin. So top tip, if you are feeling like you're a little bit stressed and the skin's a little bit dull or whatever, I would get yourself a really nice mask that is going to do a light exfoliation and hydrate, because that will honestly turn it around like that. One of my favorite masks is the one by Summer Fridays, their jet lag mask. Gorgeous. You put that on if you're having a dull day, you're feeling stressed and you're having a dull day, put that on within literally 20 minutes, skin on point again and looking great. It's also quite calming and de-stressing to sit down and have a mask on. So I would fully recommend that. So check out that Summer Fridays jet lag mask. I think it's like £30. It's not cheap, but a little goes a long way. And that is my solution if I'm having that stressful, dull skin. Honestly, that is one of my absolute favourites. Any exfoliating mask will work, but that one has a really nice blend of niacinamide and just it's gentle, hydrating, and just great for people with oily skin. Nola says, can I use the ordinary AHA, BHA peeling solution while on retinol? You can. I would just be super careful because if you have retinol, if you are on retinol, you need to make sure you still exfoliate your skin because that dead skin cells need to go. And a great way of doing that is with a combination BHA, AHA. So I would say the peeling solution is great. Well, I think it'll be a little bit too strong, so I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it there. I would probably leave it a month. Once you're a month into your retinol, absolutely. You can even, if you're a bit worried, just skip your retinol on that evening. So use it on the evening, leave it on for 10 minutes, get that result, and then you can wash it off and just skip your retinol that night. I think that's what I tend to do if I want to use my peeling solution as well as the retinol. Hello, dog. We are super needy, yes. Yes, thank you. Might be a little bit busy at the moment, but no, he doesn't really appreciate that, the world might not revolve around Sterling. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. Lie down, good boy. Bless him, he's so sweet. Tom says, I just ordered Neon FECC. Is it really the Holy Grail eye serum? Well, Tom, don't believe me. I didn't recommend the Neod Fractionated Eye Contour Serum because I love it. I tried it and ordered it because you guys kept banging on about it, and I thought, okay, I give in, I'll try it. I tried it, and I love it. I think with all products, when we talk about like a Holy Grail product, I think we have to set our expectations, and it's not going to change like overnight. Oh my God, you got like every issue with an eye gone, but over a period of about a month, I say that my eyes are looking about 50% less dull, less dark circles. It's just a really gorgeous product. I think as with all like Neod products, because you're paying a little bit extra, I always say, you're getting extra for it, which is important. If you can't afford it, then absolutely stick with the caffeine solution or, a cheaper alternative. If you can or want to treat yourself, I think it's really great. Jenny, who is a fantastic subscriber on this channel, is a huge fan of the Neod Eye Concentrate. I believe she's still eking out a sample, which I love. If you ever go into one of the Decim stores, I haven't had the pleasure, but if you go into that, you can ask for samples, and they give you really good size samples. So that's like a top tip if you live in like Canada, or I think there's one in London. But yeah, so Jenny was a huge fan of it. We had a couple of other people just said, try this. I tried it and I fell in love with it. But Tom, you will have to let me know. I like on this channel, I'm a huge believer in like all the comments are always left on videos, and I love it when people share their experiences with it. So I love the Neod Repigment. Honestly, changed my skin, tackled my hyperpigmentation, fantastic. I did a video where I just said how amazing it was, and in the comments I would say 80% of people said, oh my God, yes, changed my life, this is amazing, I can't live without it. And there were a couple of people who said, actually, I don't feel it worked for me, or I didn't get the results I wanted from it. I think because it's so hard to know what to trust online. So Tom, I challenge you then, try it, enjoy it, but feed it back and let me know what you think, because I know you'll love it. And for me, it's a holy grail, and I hope you love it as much as I do, and I know quite a few people do on here. Chris said, is using a micellar water and a cleanser a good double cleanse? Yes. So many people think that micellar water is a cheat when it comes to cleansing. It's not. It's really good, particularly if you've got fungal acne or if you've got dry skin. It can be a really good product. I would use it as your makeup. You can use it either as a first or a second step. So if you're doing a balm, you can then use it as a second step cleanse. If you want to use it as like a makeup remover and then do a gel cleanse, you can as well. Excuse me, let me just get a drink. But yeah, I absolutely love micellar water, and I would fully recommend you incorporate it into your skincare routine if you've got fungal acne or you want a gentle first or second cleanse. Yeah, Chris, great question. Andres says, hello from Colombia. Hello, a bit of a Latin American feel. So welcome from South America, and sending lots of love to Colombia. Have a look. Kai Angneng says, if I use retinol cream and azelaic acid in the same routine, what would you suggest goes first? Really good question. I would put the retinol first, and then I would top it off with the azelaic acid, but it actually doesn't matter. If you treat them both as serums, it doesn't really matter. The only exception is if you use the ordinary azelaic acid, it has to go second. That's because it's dimethicone, so it leaves the film on the skin, and you don't want your retinol to have to fight through that. So if your azelaic acid is cream-based, water-based, I would use it second. I just use it second. Use the azelaic second anyway, and then it gets over the confusion of what goes what. But yeah, absolutely safe to use them together, and it all depends not on the ingredient but on the base that it's in, the formulation. This is all kind of explained in my video tomorrow on layering skincare. But if something's water-based, always goes off first, and then you put your silicone and your oil-based products after. So it depends on the base, but I would say just put it on second and you'll be absolutely fine. Jean Medell says, hey, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining, my love. Lovely to see you. Can you use rosehip oil as a standalone moisturizer? Jenny, that is a great question. And yes, you can. It very much depends on your skin type. So rosehip oil is really good for oily and acneic skin because it's quite a dry oil, so you don't get the same level of hydration as you would from like a jojoba oil or an argan oil, which is great if you've got oily skin. I'm sure you guys know, I did a video on facial oils. The only time I think people tend not to do it and find it a little bit difficult is if you are putting makeup on top of it. You have to wait about 5 minutes for it to sink in. So people who just want to, put the moisturizer on, then slap the concealer on, are going to struggle with it. But yeah, I love it. Before I go to bed, it is my moisturizer. I slather my rosehip oil on and I sleep. I wake up and my skin is fresh and feels great. So yeah, great question. XB says, Dior Prestige Rose Huile, what do you think? Oh, that's a bit bougie, a little bit fancy. I actually think some of the fashion house skincare lines get a really bad rep because we think, it's Chanel, you're just paying for Chanel, you're paying for the name, nobody wants. Actually, some of the products are really, really good. Dior, I find Dior skincare to be a little bit overpriced, but actually really effective. So if you're happy to pay for the name because you're always getting a markup because it's Dior, actually it's a really good, the whole prestige line I think is really good. With expensive skincare lines, they are always fragrance. That's because that fragrance differentiates and helps them separate from their competitors. So you have to be okay with fragrance if you look to one of the fashion house skincare lines. But I'd say Dior is probably the best in terms of skincare from fashion houses, followed by Chanel. Chanel is super expensive, but they have some really, really nice products. I tend not to recommend or speak about them on this channel because I think the price point isn't always accessible for everybody, but it doesn't mean that they're bad products. And the prestige line by Dior is really, really good. And you know what? If I had like Kim Kardashian money, I'd probably be dripping in Dior as we speak. But it is a really nice skincare line. I'm going to take a sip of, well, this is an Earl Grey tea. We've got a bit fancy today. If you haven't already, if you could smash that like button, it really helps the channel. I love you forever. It's actually really good. I am really, really, really into Christmas tea at the moment because I think, okay, it might only be September, but it's been a bit of a difficult year. Let's not lie. It's been a little bit of a difficult year for a lot of people. So I think a lot of people have written off 2020 and we're on to Christmas. So I'm on to the Christmas tea now, and I'm not going to apologise. Anissa Neal says, does repigment work as effectively on skin of colour? Yes, so it does. I think you've got to be a little bit more careful if you have skin tones other than Caucasian. It's how I find it really difficult for what the best descriptive is for. People call it skin of colour, but I think that can sometimes be a little bit deceptive because we all have colour to our skin. So it can be a little bit of a deceptive term. So I always say products usually Caucasian skin, I think you have to be much more careful and mindful when you start seeing increased pigmentation levels in the skin. So our deeper, richer skin tones are more prone to seeing things like hyperpigmentation. So you have to be a little bit careful. The repigment works beautifully on all skin tones. That's because the products are precursors, so they're not aggressive like exfoliators, like really robust exfoliators or anything like that. They're precursors to these things. So it's much more gentle, and I would absolutely recommend the repigment for skin of darker, richer, deeper skin tones. I think it will work really well. Patch test first, always, always, always is essential, whatever your skin tone. I would definitely recommend you check it out. Use it in just to target the areas where you have that excess pigmentation. Some people use it as an all-over treatment, which is fine, but I think you're not going to get that rebalancing. You're going to get a brightening, but you're not going to get a rebalancing. So I would recommend you just target it on where you actually have those pigment issues. But yeah, absolutely. That was a kind of a waffly way of saying, yes, Yes, you can use the repigment. Kelly says, I want something for scarring, like I need something bad. Like I said, I have got a video coming up. I've done a video on scarring, but I've also got a video coming up on micro needling. I'm teaming up with Banish, which is a company which a lot of people talk about online, and they reached out and said, you know, would you be interested in like a sponsorship? And I said, actually, I don't do sponsorships unless I've tried the product first, because I don't want to be bought to do. I want to actually like a product. You know what I mean? So I recommend it. So they said, oh, okay, that's fine. If that's how you want to play it, that's fine. We'll send you the product. You can try it and then let us know if you actually do like the product and want to continue using it, which I fully respect them for, and I think is really kind of them. So I am in the process of trying it, and I cannot wait, because I'm hoping that'll be a really effective tool to share with you guys for scarring. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I'll be honest with you and say I didn't find it worked, but I am looking into tools for scarring as well, because you guys do offer products. Alicia says, have you tried the Face Theory Regina C moisturizer? It's the one with retinol, vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. All the things I'm wanting to add. Would it be effective in a moisturizer? Yes. So I tried it. I only tried a sample because I couldn't get the whole bottle. Loved it. Literally loved it. I think it's a very mid-strength retinol, but that's not bad if you're starting with retinol. I think that's quite good. Hyaluronic acid in there just for a humectant and a moisturizer, and a really nice strength vitamin C. I think it's all over a really nice product. The price point is really good, and yeah. And so I would definitely try it. It's a very light texture, so the only thing I think it could be a little bit problematic if you have super dry skin. I don't think it'll be moisturizing enough for someone with super dry skin. You might want to add a few drops of oil to it, but for anyone like me that has oily, acneic skin, it's absolutely beautiful. Fully recommend it. Sarah said, hi everybody. Hello my love, thank you for joining. Oh my word, I am behind with these comments. Jenny says, I've binged 3 episodes this afternoon of Ratchet. It's great, isn't it? I just love. I don't know if you can tell. I love camp. And camp for me is just anything that's over the top, unnecessary, and just extra. And as a Netflix series, Ratchet is just everything. It's beautifully shot. The costumes are gorgeous. Everything's like a bit like Technicolor. It's just really beautiful. I fully recommend it. It's worth a binge. Demendros30 says, hello Rob and everyone. Hello, thank you. And don't worry about being late. We upload this. It goes live, but I think it's a bit sketchy when it first goes up. It takes a bit of a time to catch up. But from tomorrow morning, it'll be up and you can rewatch any bits that you've missed. Natasha says, hi, any recommendations for PHA toner without niacinamide? Ooh. Off the top of my head, I did a review, I've got it coming later in the week, on the Naturium PHA, which actually I read for having niacinamide in because I don't think you need it. I don't believe the PHA from the Inculist has a niacinamide in, but I'll have to check. I'll tell you what, afterwards I'll do some research and I'll leave it below. I just want to check if the Inculist PHA has niacinamide in or not. Andrea says, love your chat, everyone is so nice. Oh, thank you. Everyone is so, I know probably all YouTubers say this, but I actually mean it. I have the best subscribers in the world. We're approaching 13,000 subscribers. I'm like, oh my god, it's ridiculous, and I'm loving every single minute of it. This is literally like my dream. And I was saying to a friend the other day, when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do was to go into a department store and try so many products, sniff every product, try every product, and just go mad. But I never had the money to buy anything but like my absolute favourites. And so my hobby was just to go around and sniffing department stores. And now brands like reach out and send me so much product to try, it's basically just like my hobby and job all in one. And I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky. And this is kind of why, a lot of people said when I decided to go full time on YouTube, which isn't easy from a the temptation I give all the commission we get from affiliate sales. So if you ever click on one of the links in the video, we get a small commission for that. And I give all of that money over to charity, because I just thought, and a lot of people said, well, you're going to stop doing that if you're doing it full time because you need the money, to replace the job. And I was like, no, actually I'm not, because I'm just so fortunate. I love this channel so much. I love you guys so much. I'm so fortunate. And so I kind of want to give back there's so many people that are less fortunate. And so I just think it keeps your integrity going, and I love it. So you can rest assured, if you ever click a link in the description, all that money goes to charity. At the moment, we're giving it to Refuge, which is a woman's domestic violence charity. They basically put together toiletry packages for, people that flee domestic violence, leave with literally nothing. And it puts together a bit of like a care package with, things like skincare and moisturizers and just a shampoo, shower gel, just the essentials that you need. And the money can go towards that and that program, which I kind of think is the closest thing we can get to charity skincare, if that kind of makes sense, which is why we chose that. Though someone did say, and I'm calling this out, someone left a comment in one of the videos where we mentioned who we'd partnered with, and someone was like, underneath was like, left a comment saying, if you're feeling domestic violence, I think you've got more to worry about than skincare. I was like, do you know what? You're missing the point. If you can't get it, it's not going to worth it. Troll somebody else. If you're not getting it, you're not getting it. But it's, yeah, I'm so fortunate, and you guys have made this possible. So thank you so much. Nicole says, I watch so many skincare videos, and I love the idea of skincare, but whenever I put anything on my face, I break out so bad. What should I do? Very acne prone. I would definitely get a retinol in your life. You might get a little bit of purging to start with, but it's done so much for my acne. Adapalene is like the holy grail in terms of acne. You can get a product called Epiduo, which is adapalene and benzoyl peroxide together, work beautifully. It's prescription only here in the UK, because you might get a little bit of a breakout and a purge at the start, but you have to just fight through that. But that'll make your skin so much more easy to manage, and you can put so many more products on once you've got to grips with the acne, which that'll help. Honestly, it's changed my life. And if you do that, literally just cleanse, do that, and then put a moisturizer, a light moisturizer on. Just do that for 3 months. Let your skin clear and let that retinol work, and then you can start adding products to your skincare routine. You'll find it so much easier. It worked for me. But that's a fantastic question, and thanks for being honest about your own experience. Sorry I haven't had a chance, I've been super busy, but I am messaging all the comments after today, so thanks for bringing it up in the chat. I don't think that fragrance is an issue in skincare unless you have super sensitive skin. If you've got a small level of fragrance in the product, it adds to the nice to use element of the product. I have no issue with it. If you have sensitive skin, then obviously you want to give fragrance a miss. I would say patch test it, buy it, patch test it to make sure that you're not sensitive to it. But fragrance isn't a bad thing. There's this myth cultivated by certain people, and I won't call them out because we're allowed different opinions, so I'm not going to call anyone out, but people say fragrance is just a no-go, it's bad. It's only bad if you're sensitive to fragrance, and I would cut down on the amount of fragrance in your skincare routine because I don't think it's necessary. But a nice fragrance cleanser, a little bit of scent on an eye cream, I don't think it's the end of the world. And also some fragrances are added to products to make them easier to apply. They do have some formulation benefits, so you shouldn't forget that. Sometimes a really small amount of fragrance is added to either mask a unpleasant smelling product with ingredient within the product, or it can just be aiding the application. So it's not all fragrances are added to give a right stink to a product. Sometimes their purpose is for other things. So I think it's fine. What's the name of the product? Let's have a look. Demadross 13 said I was watching episode 4. You see, I'm glad to see we're all Ratchet fans. Episode 4 is, I'm on episode 5 at the moment, so you've almost caught up with me. I love that. Let's have a, could you add a niacinamide powder to the Centella gel cream? Yes, you can. You just need to make sure that there's water present in the formulation, and I'm actually doing, you guys are great. I think we're on the same wavelength because I'm doing a video in, not tomorrow, the day after, about what products to add, what the best products are to add the niacinamide powder by The Ordinary into, in case, that's one of the regular questions I get asked. But yes, you can add it to Centella. Basically, all you need to be mindful of is that you are, that in there is water as one of the ingredients, because it's water soluble, so if it's not got water in it, it won't work. But a great question, Chris. Tammy says, what are your thoughts on the Ordinary BHA peel? BHA peel. I love it. I just think you've got to be very careful. So things that I hate when I see people doing in TikTok, they're dripping it super strength acid and you're dripping it all over your face. No, you need to apply it to your hand and precisely apply it to the skin, missing the eye area. It's super strong. So whilst they say you can leave it on for 10 minutes, when you first use it, I would leave it on for 3, then work. On the day that you choose to use it, don't use any other exfoliators and don't use like retinols. I would just miss it out and have like a break in your skincare for that day, and then use them the other 6 days. But great question. Stephanie Matthews, hello, I love your channel. Thank you, Stephanie, so kind. And what are your thoughts on the Cosrx Snail Mucin cream? The cream is different to the essence. So let me get comfortable. I have things to say on this. I tried Snail Mucin by Cosrx, probably about 4 months ago, and I couldn't get my head around it. It has the texture of snail, so I feel like I'm putting snail on my skin, and I know I am. I just couldn't get past it, and it was a firm no for me. People then recommended the cream and said go for the cream. I tried the cream, and it's so much better because you don't have that awful snail-like sliminess to it. So I actually really like the cream. I think people have gone a little bit crazy for Snail Mucin. I don't use it personally in my skincare routine because I think I don't recommend it because a lot of my viewers are vegan, which is a lifestyle choice, and it's up to you whether you are. I personally am not vegan, but I think obviously it's the animal derived, so a lot of people choose not to use it in their skincare routine, which is why I don't recommend it on this channel, because I try to be as accessible to everybody. And it's absolutely fine. I would personally, if you are interested in getting that sort of hydration level, have you tried the Marine Hyaluronics by The Ordinary? That is like a hydration powerhouse, and I think is a really nice dupe for that. You can add a little bit to your cream and kind of create it yourself. So yes, it's good, but it depends on whether you're squeamish about the snail or not, is what I'd say. But it does really hydrate the skin. Um, Anonymous says, yay, I made it watching from Los Angeles. Hello, my love. Welcome from LA. Just double check it. I hear so many things about the wildfires going on in California and like the West Coast. So hope you're staying safe and well. And I always like to caveat that I'm sending lots of love to anybody who is impacted by that in any way. And LA is fabulous. I went to San Francisco, then we did LA, and I loved it. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be on the TV. It's extra, it's everything, but I loved every minute of it. And the people were so lovely. Dominique, hello. Thank you for joining, Dominique. I'm so glad you can join. And I've just looked and wow, I'm so behind. So sorry guys, I will. And obviously if I don't get to answering your question, I promise, I always go through and I answer them in the comments below. So don't worry. You know Sterling secretly wants to be the star of the show. Yes, he's currently here chewing his toy. He'll make a reappearance again. He's such a little sweetheart. All the way over to Pakistan, which again must be evening, so happy evening. Hope you're having a lovely day. Is it okay to use Retinol 1% every night once you've built up tolerance? Yes, absolutely. I think it's best used every night, but just don't go too quick. Slowly build up to it. Start with 1 night a week, 2 nights a week, then build up. But yeah, I use it when I do use the 1% Retinol. I use it every single night, no issues. Just be careful, just be mindful that every time you go up an extra night, you will get a little bit more dryness. It's almost like you go back a little bit, but you just have to fight through it. And then once you've got to every night, don't take a break. I hear people saying, do I take a break when I go on holiday? I'm going somewhere sunny. Do I take a break? No, because then you start right back at the beginning. So you don't need to take a break. You just might need to be mindful of your sunscreen applications. But yeah, I love it, and you can use it every night. Ida, any recommendations for a good vegan exfoliating body acid? Oh, good question. Really good question. I will have to find out because I've got a couple of my favorite body exfoliating acids, but I want to make sure they're vegan. My favorite is the 9% glycolic from Face Theory. I did a video on Face Theory. You might want to check that out. And I love their glycamide body. It's super hydrating and it is super exfoliating. In fact, it's such a strong body exfoliator. I just use it twice a week and you get like results like that. Great for the chicken skin. I love it. I will have to check it. I think it's yeah, it is vegan because all Face Theory is vegan, isn't it? Yeah, so there you go. The glycamide body by 9% body treatment by Face Theory. Holy grail. Absolutely love it. Double check on the website it's vegan, but I'm almost 100% sure all Face Theory is vegan. I love their brand. Suzanne, hi, I saw you were live. Will Sundays be a regular thing? Suzanne, thanks so much for joining. Well, Sundays aren't supposed to be a regular thing. My phone, I smashed my phone into like 1,000,001 pieces yesterday and had to get a new one. So I had to delay it from yesterday to today. We're keeping to Saturday because everyone seems to love Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time. But with a bit of notice, we can switch it around a bit because I know some people prefer different days. So I do want to switch it around, but it's quite difficult balancing up switching it around with letting people know what the schedule is. So I'll talk now quickly while I have a drink and you guys smash that like button if you haven't already, about some of the videos that we've got coming up. So tomorrow we're talking layering skincare and how to get the right order for your skincare, which I know I get so many questions on this. So hopefully guys, you will love that. That'll be 10 a.m. UK time, but you can watch it anytime during the day. We've got the best products to add, the nice I love Christmas. I am all about Christmas, and I know it's going to freak you all out, and you're all going to be screaming at the screen and saying, September, get a life. I know, but honestly, I love it. And so I'm looking at some sort of like different ideas and stuff like that, and I've got something really excited which you guys might be either super excited or think I'm a total nerd. But a company, which I can't say who they are, but it will become clear, reached out to me and said, do you want to, they're doing a charity advent calendar skincare. It's a really big company, which I was so like, oh my god, they're doing a charity advent calendar where they give proceeds to charity, obviously, over Christmas. And it's all going to be skincare based. So you open a door and every door has like a miniature of a skincare product. And they said, would I like to contribute to a door in the calendar. Like, I don't, obviously the channel doesn't get anything for it. It was just doing it to contribute to charity, which I'm all in favour of, so I love that. Do I want to contribute a door? I recommend like a holy grail product for me that I think people would like to try in like a sample size. And I was like, yes, I would love to do that. I can't tell you what my product is I chose. You can probably all guess. Leave me a comment on this video afterwards, because I might not get around to it in the comments because I'm so behind with these comments. Leave me a comment in the video below what you think my choice was for my holy grail product that can come in a sample size to go in a door. And I am door number 2, so I'm like second in. So December, I can't reveal what it is, but I'm super excited, and it's working with Samaritans, which are a really lovely charity. So I think it's a really great project. But yeah, leave me a comment below. See how well you know me on this channel. What you think my recommendation for a trial size like sampler for a skincare product for door number 2 in an advent calendar would be. Leave me a comment below. Chris, what sort of videos can we expect this week? Oh, Chris, that was really spooky. I've literally just answered that. Chelsea says, if you're using a lot of actives, do you recommend a skip a day where you just do the bare minimum? Okay, this is a trend which a lot of people are talking about, that you do a skip day in your routine. I personally don't. I think you need to listen to your skin. I don't think you need to have a day off from any of your products. Listen to your skin and make sure you're reading the recommendations on the back of these products, because a lot of people are like, oh, I use the peeling solution by The Ordinary 5 days a week. Why? It says twice a week tops. I think you just need to listen to your skin and listen to the manufacturer's instructions. For me, I don't skip a day. I keep going. Some days, if my skin feels quite dry, then I might miss retinol that evening just to let my skin catch up. I might up my moisturization. And we travel somewhere and I haven't brought all my skincare, I will literally just have a cleanse, moisturize day. And it doesn't matter. Actives work cumulatively, so they build up, which is why they're so effective. So I don't think it's bad to miss a day, but I don't think you have to, if that makes sense. Suzanne says, how often should you use an AHA and a BHA, and does it vary by skin type? Great question, Suzanne. You can use them every single day. It depends on the product rather than the skin type. So if you choose the concentration like the ordinary 7% toning solution, safe to use every single day because it's 7% concentration. If you're using something higher, you want to use it every other day, twice a week, something like that. If you have sensitive skin, obviously use it. I think it's most important to choose the exfoliator which is right for your skin type. So if you have super sensitive skin, reach for a mandelic acid, which you can use every single day because it's gentle enough. So I would work out, I think every day is preferable because it's in your routine, you don't forget, your skin can build up a tolerance to something. I think every day is preferable. Just make sure you choose the right product for your skin type, and that is the right product to allow you to use it every day. So I would say normal skin, glycolic acid, 7% toning solution. Dry skin, lactic acid, 5% by The Ordinary. Sensitive skin, mandelic acid, 10% by The Ordinary. I'd say every day, maybe every other day, depending on how sensitive your skin is. But yeah, great question. Just make sure you use it as often as you feel your skin can handle, and choose the right product for your skin type. Also, BHAs are really good if you just target them on the area. So if you've got salicylic acid and you've got blackheads on your nose, put them on your nose and use your glycolic acid everywhere else. Miss Farry says, hi, what humectant can I use which isn't hyaluronic acid but affordable? Oh, really great question. So if you want a non-hyaluronic acid humectant, you can go for the marine hyaluronics by The Ordinary, which isn't officially hyaluronic acid, it's marine derived. So it's a really good option if you want to avoid hyaluronic acid. You can use polyglutamic acid, which is really good. The Inculis do a really good polyglutamic acid, which is similar but like even more hydrating, so you need to use a tiny amount. Or you could just use a humectants. Humectants attract water to the skin, but they can be a little bit drying sometimes, especially if you haven't got the water to attract. So I would actually recommend, if you want to, you just use a face oil which will hydrate. And do you need a humectant in your life is what I usually say, especially because they appear in so many of your products we use anyway. Polyglutamic acid is a really good alternative, and marine hyaluronics by The Ordinary isn't officially hyaluronic acid. Dominique says, what do you think of putting retinol under the eyes? Dr. Shea says it's fine. Yes, absolutely fine. They migrate upwards anyway. But yeah, I always use my retinol under my eye. If you're a little bit cautious, because the under eye is drier than the rest of our skin, it can be extra dry once you use a retinol. So if you want to be a bit careful, go for the Inculist retinol eye cream, which is a low strength retinol. The under eye area needs retinol like the rest of us, so yeah, absolutely right. Quirky Beauty says, adore the SK2 Essence, and also I love Tatcha. I do. I love both of those, but they're both quite expensive, so I use them as a treat. But yeah, they're both fantastic. Kenley says, yes, come to Alabama. I would happily come to Alabama. I have, one of my friends is from the southern states, and I think I'm going to say he's from Mississippi. I think he's from Mississippi. And he keeps saying about this thing that they call grits, and he made me it. Bizarrest thing I've ever eaten in my life. And I know English food is a bit bizarre, but he's like, oh no, this is like my favourite thing in the world. I tried it. I was like, okay. Didn't get it. It was like, no, out of context, you'll love it if you come to Mississippi, you'll absolutely love it. I was like, okay, I will come. I will try this grits out in its natural setting. Very bizarre. But then I realised I like a lot of English food that most people would be like, what is that? So, you know, I can't wait to come and try the food. The Beauty Bound says, yes to Essence and Toner video, please. What? Oh my God, how far behind am I? Yeah, I'm like half an hour behind in the comments for you this week. Jay says, can I use azelaic acid 20% if I'm still on my 6th week of different? Also, I'm using Panoxol body wash every other day. 20% azelaic acid, I think, is pushing it. It works and delivers really good results. It can be a little bit drying, but if you haven't got dry skin, I think it's absolutely fine. Here in the UK, you can only get it on prescription, so it's difficult to get. I would stick to 10% azelaic acid, just wait a little bit longer for the results, because I think you avoid the dryness and the sensitivity that it can bring. Shnesha says, hey, is there any vitamin C product from The Ordinary that can be combined with peptides? A low strength one. The key thing, really great question, the key thing with combining vitamin C with peptides is it has to be a vitamin C derivative, not a L-ascorbic acid. So there are loads from The Ordinary. I did a whole video on The Ordinary vitamin C guide that you should check out, but they do two, magnesium ascorbyl sulfate, and the other one that was, I can't remember the name of, but there are two that are vitamin C derivatives and aren't L-ascorbic acid, and you can use them safely with a peptide, no problem at all. Anonymous says 12k, yay, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. I promise you, I'll love you and you won't regret it. And if you haven't already, smash that like button because it really helps the channel. Let's have a look. So Chelsea says, Dr. V, love her, is of the opinion that antioxidants are better when formulating in combination. What are your thoughts? So when I did my antioxidant video, I like antioxidant cocktails because I think different antioxidants work on different wavelengths, different things, different pollutants. So I think a cocktail is the best, which is why I go for the Neod Survival. However, the cocktail is more expensive. And so I think if you've got vitamin C in your life already, and then you add a standalone antioxidant like piconazole or the EUK 134, then you're still doubling up on the benefit. So do what your price point and your purse will allow you to do. If you can afford a cocktail such as the Neod Survival Zero, buy it. You'll get so much more benefit. But if you can't, don't feel that you're destroying your skin by not. Just including the piconazole or the EUK 134 is really going to help your skin anyway. So I fully recommend it. So great question. I think I agree with Dr. V. Combination is better, but it's not the essential if you can't afford it. Suzanne, also, I was wondering if you could make a video on adapting your skincare routine when the weather gets colder. That's a great video, and I could do it with the Christmas theme. But yeah, I did a summer skincare video which everyone loved, so I'm going to do like a winter skincare video. I might do that quite soon because we are coming here in the UK, we are getting to that stage where the fire might be going on a little bit, or the central heating, and our skin does start to dry. So yeah, great, Suzanne, a really great idea that. Thank you so much. Megan, do you have any suggestions for good sunscreens that don't feel like sunscreens? Yes. I would definitely recommend Korea. So all Korean skincare sunscreens are super light, barely know they're there, and yet super affordable and effective. I will say pause, because I have a video coming out I've partnered with a brand that is just going to be a Korean sunscreen video, from the Purito through to the Biore through to there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones, and I'm currently trying about 10 different ones. So I'm going to be bringing you my thoughts on the 1st of October. That's penciled in, and so I'll be bringing you the best. And I have partnered with a company that has said, feel free to slate them, love them, rate them, whatever you want to do, give your honest opinion. So far, of the 10, I like 7 of them. I don't like 3. So I'll be sharing that with you. But also, I've got a really good discount code. They've been super generous and given me like 50% off, which is Korean sunscreen that's not going to feel like you're wearing a sunscreen. Wait till the 1st of October. Just hang on that a little bit longer, and honestly, I'll be able to share it all with you in that video. Heather says, any suggestions for mature skin? Yes, Heather, great question. First of all, never call it mature skin. I hate this. I used to be fine. I always used to call it mature skin, and then suddenly people started referring to my skin as mature skin. I was like, No. So, yeah, but great idea. I would say get yourself a facial oil. This is like the best thing. So people often think that it's a bit greasy, it's not for them. Facial oil is fantastic, and there's some really great ones. In my facial oil video, I said one for mature skin. Honestly, I can't remember the name of it now, but it works really well, so fully recommend it. I would also say just maybe as we age, our skin dries, and so maybe moving from a glycolic acid exfoliator to a lactic acid exfoliator would be a really, really good option, and to keeping hydration up and minimize the dryness. Upping our moisturization game obviously works, and I would say things like looking at the number of actives in your routine. Some actives you want to, I'm going to do a whole video on mature skin, because some actives you want to increase, such as vitamin C. You know, as we age, our skin gets duller, so you want to increase your vitamin C. Some you want to decrease, such as like glycolic acid. You might want to switch to something more hydrating. So I will do a whole video on that, because I think it's so important, especially as now I've reached an age where I do notice my skin is less greasy than it used to be, and I am getting a little bit drier, which actually isn't bad for me, as I was a bit greasy before. But you're right, it is difficult balancing. Gabby says, how are you? I'm fabulous, Gabby. Hope you are amazing too. I bought the Paula's Choice 5% benzoyl peroxide. It says to exfoliate and then apply the treatment. Is it okay to use the 2% from Naturium and then put it on? It is, Gabby. It works really well. I love the benzoyl peroxide. It's a fantastic anti-acne bacteria treatment. So yes, put it on after your BHA. And I would just put the BHA where you have an active breakout. Don't swipe it all over the face. Put the benzoyl peroxide all over, but just focus on your T-zone with the BHA, and then it'll just avoid any extra dryness, because benzoyl peroxide can be drying. AC, hello from to Taiwan, sending lots and lots of love to Taiwan. Let's have a look. What is a couple of moisturizers would you recommend? I enjoy your videos. Thank you, CWD. My favorite moisturizers, my current favorites, are the Amel C Whip by Face Theory. Oh, I love that product. It's got the niacinamide at 5%, which is just the right concentration. It's got some vitamin C in there. It's a great, great moisturizer. That's my current holy grail. I love, love, love the natural moisturizer below for some links to my absolute favorites. But I think Face Theory is what I'm actually fangirling over the most at the moment. Right, guys, we are coming up to the hour, and my battery, this blooming phone, my battery's running out. It says I've got 3% battery, so yay. So I'm so sorry if I didn't get around it. I talk way too much, and I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna have to shut up. But if I didn't get through to your question, I'm really, really sorry. If you leave it in the comment below, I promise you, I will get back to you straight away, and I'll answer any questions that you've got. So just cut and paste your question in the box below, and I'll get back to you straight away. I'm so sorry that I haven't got around to answering everyone's questions, because I think I'm on like questions that were asked at 23 minutes in, and we're now an hour. So I'm really sorry about that, but please leave them in the comments below, and I will get back to them, because I answer every single question, because I do appreciate all your love and support. If you haven't already smashed that like button, if you do, it just helps YouTube push out this video to more people. But if you have missed some, it'll be up live again tomorrow or straight after. I can't remember how YouTube work it, but thank you so much for joining me on this live. I'm sending so much love wherever you are in the world. I hope you have a lovely evening. Get your boxed wine, get your drink, whatever you're treating yourself to. Have a fantastic Sunday, and I'm sending lots of love from here in the UK. Take care, guys. Bye.